Good afternoon here from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. The Class 2A State Utah Baseball Tournament underway as we get ready to continue in the top part of the bracket here between the two teams left in the tournament who have not yet lost, Manti and Enterprise. Right before the game, a rain shower came. They covered the field momentarily, but now we're set ready to go. Manti will be the home team. They are in the red tops and the white pants. Enterprise, the visiting team, will be in the all gray uniforms. The winner automatically punches a ticket to the state championship game slated to be played tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. The loser of this one has to play again before that state championship. They will have to play at 9 a.m. and a final elimination game before the state championship. As the advantage to winning this one is you only have to win once tomorrow and you're the 2015 Class 2A state champion. Great to be with you, everybody. I'm Ryan Pickens as we get ready to go for what should be a good afternoon of baseball. They've kind of moved the schedules around here for this one throughout the day. The first game being moved to 9:30 in the morning, and it was an elimination game, and they kind of carried the schedule on throughout. It has cooled down at the ballpark here today. You'll need a jacket. The umbrellas are out here as just kind of getting everything ready to go here. The field, it came down pretty hard. The rain and the hail came down just a few minutes before first pitch, but other than that, the field actually in pretty good shape here. They're just having a quick word here. Looks like the umpires are kind of have a quick word here, but I think we're just about ready to go for baseball as Bradley Clegg will step in the box for Enterprise. The Wolves, this will be their starting lineup here. Leading off will be the third baseman, Bradley Clegg. The shortstop, Clint Simpkins, will hit in the 2 spot. Kason Bundy, the catcher, hits third. Brandel Shumway, the pitcher, will hit in the 4 spot. Connor Phelps, the center fielder, hits 5th. Kelton Hunt in left field hitting 6th. Quade Jones, the first baseman, hits 7th. Cole Stratton will hit 8th. Quade Jones at second base today. Cole Stratton, the first baseman, hits 8th. And Caden Prisby will round out the order, the designated hitter, and bat 9th. Derek Wright set to go for Manti on the mound. The kick and the delivery on its way. And the first pitch is a called strike about belt high, and we're underway at about 3:21 Mountain Daylight Time here in Orem, Utah. No balls and a strike. Wright comes home, and the first pitch is going to be bounced right back to him. Wright with the throw over to first baseman Gillett is in time, and the first out's recorded here. And I think they're going to say it was a foul ball because they're going to award on first base. They're going to say call catcher's interference here against the catcher Kyle Robinson behind home plate. Looks like they're going to say the glove just kind of made contact. So reaching there is going to be Bradley Clegg, and now Clint Simpkins comes to the plate. So not something you see all the time here. And the first pitch to Simpkins is going to be swung on and fouled back, and it's no balls and a strike. But the catcher's interference does come into play when the catcher gets maybe too far out and the batter comes around to swing and hits the catcher's glove. No balls and a strike. Wright comes home. Simpkins fouls that one back to the screen, and it will be no balls and 2 strikes. For Enterprise through the tournament here, coming in during the regular season, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way. Simpkins swings, hits that one well to center field. Sending McLean back. He now lost it, reaches up and makes the play. That wind kind of drifted that ball at the last second back towards center field. So McLean had to readjust, but he's able to track it down. And the first out of the first innings recorded here as Kason Bundy will come to the plate. Enterprise came out of Region 13. They went 13-1 in the regular season. They went 21-3 overall. Tied for first place with Delta for the top spot. And the first pitch is going to be over for a called strike, and it's no balls and a strike. The count now on Kason Bundy. In the state tournament, Enterprise, as the 0-1 pitch comes, that one swung on right back up the middle, past Derek Wright into center field for a base hit. So a couple of base runners aboard here for Enterprise, and the Wolves have something going in the first. And now that's going to bring up the pitcher. Brandel Shumway is going to come to the plate. So Shumway here will look to help his own cause and help Enterprise get out to an early lead. Enterprise came through as the number 2 seed in Region 13, losing the tiebreaker to Delta, and Enterprise had to go to Emory to play in the host rounds of the tournament, where Enterprise beat South Summit and then later beat Emory 12-7. And the first pitch on its way comes inside to Shumway, and it's taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Yesterday afternoon, Enterprise beat Gunnison 13-5 to advance here at this point. So again, this is not an elimination game. The loser of this gets their first loss of the tournament. That one coming inside and tight for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Shumway. Shumway hitting cleanup. Connor Phelps, the center fielder, on deck. Derek Wright, the right-hander, kicks and comes home, swung out and missed, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Shumway. Once again, Manti wearing the red tops, white pants. Enterprise in the all-gray uniforms. 2 balls and a strike. They kick in the delivery coming home. That one right there on the outside corner, and the count evens at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Up the middle, they're going to play double play depth for Manti. The 2-2 pitch, that one just off the plate, ball 3, and the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Enterprise coming in 22-3, Manti coming in 20-4. 3-2 pitch on its way home, swung out and missed, and Derek Wright gets his first strikeout of the afternoon, the second out here of the first inning. And with 2 outs, Connor Phelps is going to come to the plate. Phelps will hit here from the left side. We'll see Phelps defensively in center field today for Enterprise.
Connor Phelps.
Gillett at first base, playing just about a step in front of the runners. The first pitch is a fastball that misses away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to count. A cool afternoon. It's dropped a good 5-6 degrees in the last hour. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That one's lined into left field for a base hit. Getting the green light is Clegg around third. Here comes the relay throw, and Clegg's going to have to stop, and now he's caught in a rundown. The throw to third comes low, almost past him. Here comes the throw to the plate. The tag is applied, and they got him. It was a ball that was hit well out to left field for Connor Phelps. Clegg got the green light, and then he gets nailed trying to score for the 3rd out of the inning. So Enterprise takes an early shot. It doesn't come back to help, and no runs for the Enterprise Wolves in the top of the first. Coming up, Manti will come to bat after the break. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah High School State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom of the first inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark here in Orem, Utah, the site of the 2015 Class 2A Utah High School State Baseball Tournament, as the Manti Templars get ready to come up here to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. And leading off, it's going to be the pitcher, number 5, Derek Wright. Darren McLean, the center fielder, hits in the 2 spot. James Nelson, the shortstop, hits 3rd. Left fielder Wes Wright will hit in the 4 spot, hit cleanup for Manti. Kyle Robinson behind home plate hits 5th. The designated hitter and hitting 6th will be Kelton Pritchard. Hitting 7th, the right fielder Brad Segot. Batting eighth, it's going to be the third baseman, Casey Barnes. And rounding out the order will be the first baseman, Jack Gillett. The only man playing second base but not hitting is going to be Jake Kirkham. So here comes Derek Wright to stand in the box. He will face Brandel Shumway. The right-hander will work here, as it'll be Wright, McLean, and Nelson, the top of the lineup. And the first pitch on its way is over for a called strike at the knees, and we're underway. No balls and one strike to count. Great to be with you. The heavier rain clouds begin to move all around us here. Some light clouds coming in and out of the south, and the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be swung on, grounded into the hole. Trying to reach for it is Simpkins. He won't get there. And Derek Wright's on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first inning. And Manti has their first base runner on just a little ground ball that was able to get through the left side.
Number 7, Darren McLean.
So Darren McLean will come up to the plate now. He'll get the start today defensively in center field. We'll take a look here momentarily defensively for Enterprise. And the first pitch about to come home, and it's going to be over for a called strike. Bundy quickly pops up and looks down to first, but Derek Wright heads back to the bag. Defensively for Enterprise, Kelton Hunt is in left field, Connor Phelps in center, and right field it's Cabe Jones. Jones again not hitting but playing defensively here for Enterprise, and the 0-1 pitch misses off the plate, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. At third base, it'll be Bradley Clegg, Clint Simpkins at short, Quade Jones at second, Cole Stratton at first, and behind the plate will be Kason Bundy. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. The runner gets his lead. Derek Wright over at first. Working here from the stretch. Shumway set on the mound. Delivers home. That one swung on, popped up. Hit pretty well out to center field. Getting under it as there's Phelps, and he'll make the play for the first out of the bottom of the first. So just a routine fly ball hit by Darren McLean there, and getting there to make the play was the center fielder Phelps. And now that's going to bring up the shortstop, James Nelson. Nelson wears number 2, stands in from the left side. Running over at first is Derek Wright. He gets his lead over at first. They kick and the delivery comes. That one misses low and away for a ball, and the count moves to 1 ball and no strikes on Nelson. Manti, during the regular season, Manti finished second in Region 16, went 11-3, 19-4 overall, as the breaking ball comes in and settles down the middle for a called strike, and it's 1-2 now on Nelson. Went 19-4 overall to finish second in Region 16. They were able to play against North Sevier in that regional there that North Sevier actually hosted. Well, not a regional, but the host side games. Runner goes, Nelson swings, hits that one into left field. Wright's going to take the turn. He's going to hustle into third base. He's going to be sliding in safely there. And Manti's got runners on the corners here with 1 out in the first. So Manti puts the game in motion, is able to have it pay off for them on a base hit, as Wes Wright will come to the plate. In the postseason, Manti beat Kanab 9-4, then beat North Sevier 11-3, and then yesterday beating Delta 3-2 to stay unbeaten here in the state tournament, the double elimination format. So Manti will need to lose twice in the next couple of days. That first pitch, a breaking ball in there at the knees for a called strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike to count on Wes Wright. An early opportunity for Manti here to get on the scoreboard. No balls and 1 strike to count. Infield for Enterprise, up the middle, playing at double play depth. The 0-1 pitch, there's a nice breaking ball that came over for a called strike, and the count moves to 0-2. The breaking ball there on Wright just kind of froze him. No balls and 2 strikes to count. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, Manti threatening. The pitch on its way. That one bounces in the dirt. A good block by Bundy to keep it in front of him. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Running over at third base is the pitcher, Derek Wright. James Nelson over at first for Manti. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Wes Wright. Wright, slight open stance. That pitch just off the plate for ball 2. And the count will even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch going to be fouled away, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch coming. As the right-hander Brandel Shumway goes to work. And the pitch, that one just misses off the plate for ball 3, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count here, 1 away. As long here as Manti can stay out of the double play, they should score the run. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. And most ways here, they'd be able to find a way to score that run. Shumway, the right-hander here, and our home plate umpire going out here to have a quick word with him, as I'm not sure, he kind of motioned with his foot with something. I think he's trying to remind him to make sure he keeps his foot there on the mound. Shumway here from the stretch. Runners get their leads at first and third. The 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, chopped over to third. Clegg fields it cleanly, goes second for 1. That's all they're going to get as Wright hustles down the line. So he grounds into the fielder's choice. They failed to get the run home, which is tough, but Nelson makes the second out of the inning, and now Kyle Robinson comes to the plate. Robinson hitting 5th in this lineup. Will stand in here from that right side. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Brandel Shumway back to work. Looks in, delivers that one right on the outside corner, and it's quickly no balls and 1 strike the count on Robinson. Manti trying to get that early first run across here in this non-elimination game, winner advancing to the 2015 Class 2A state championship game. No balls and a strike. The right-hander kicks, comes home, runner goes. The throwdown's going to be cut off by Jones, or he at least tried to, and it bounces through into Simpkins, who supplies the tag. So right there, it was Wes Wright caught stealing to end the inning. So a couple of hits for Manti, but they leave 1 on base. We head to the second here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Enterprise and Manti tied at 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
up, Enterprise in the top half of the second inning. The left fielder,
Top of the
number
second
5,
inning starting here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Enterprise will send up 6, 7, and 8. Kelton Hunt, Quade Jones, and Cole Stratton against Derek Wright, who will go back to work for a second inning of work. Gave up a couple of hits in that first inning. Wright here will work from the windup, and his first pitch on its way home. That one comes inside it tight, and it hits Kelton Hunt. So Hunt will reach first base on the hit by pitch, and the leadoff man's on for the second straight inning for Enterprise. It's important always in every inning to be able to try to find a way just to get those men on base.
Number 10, Quade Jones.
So nobody out here, top of the second inning. Quade Jones now will step in, the second baseman. Hitting from that left side of the plate. Pretty equal left-right portion here for Enterprise. First pitch inside, right on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. That one kind of held Quade Jones in the box, trying to figure out exactly where that pitch was. A couple of other games today here from the state tournament. The bunt popped up by Jones and fouled away. I forgot to mention defensively for Manti. It will be in the outfield from left to right. It will be West Wright in left field, Darren McLean in center, and right field it's Brad Sego. On the infield, Casey Barnes at third, James Nelson at short. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The right-hander comes home, and that one's high and away for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It will be Jake Kirkham at second base and Jack Gillett at first. Kyle Robinson behind home plate, and Derek Wright on the mound. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch on its way, swung on and missed, as getting Quade Jones to chase. The second strikeout for Wright on the afternoon. The first out here of the second inning, and that brings up first baseman Cole Stratton. I mentioned 2 previous games played here today at Brent Brown Ballpark, both elimination games. Delta defeated Emory 3-2 to eliminate the Spartans. Delta moves into our next game here, actually scheduled to begin at 5 o'clock. I might begin a few minutes late here unless this one goes really quick. And also North Sevier eliminating Gunnison 13-7. North Sevier scored 10 runs in the top of the first inning of that one and held on late as Gunnison got the bats going in that 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, but then couldn't quite dig themselves out of that deficit. The 1-0 pitch, that one swung on and missed by Stratton, and it evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Running over at first base is Kelton Hunt. Hunt gets a fairly good-sized lead over there. Derek Wright will look over his shoulder over to first. Comes home with it. That pitch misses high and away, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike on Cole Stratton. Infield up the middle, double play depth. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. The right-hander deals, comes home, and there's a fastball right on the outside corner, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some lighter clouds beginning to move in. It's just a steady side of gray sits over us right now here at Brent Brown Ballpark. The lights coming on here to kind of help the runner goes. 2-2 pitch. That pitch is low, ball 3, and easily taking second base was Kelton Hunt. Hunt got a great jump, and when he got that jump there, it was gonna have to be a perfect throw from Robinson behind home plate, but no throw came as the 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count goes, well, we'll have another 3-2 pitch. The umbrellas have seemed to gone away for the moment here. Brent Brown Ballpark expecting some more showers throughout the evening. 3-2 pitch coming home. That one swung on, popped up. Robinson takes off the mask, takes a look as it's going to hit off the roof behind us here, and we'll do another 3-2 pitch. Kelton Hunt got a great jump from first base, and when he got that great jump, he just easily found a way to steal second base. He was about, I want to say, a halfway to second base before that pitch was even on halfway home. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one swung on, popped up. Giving it a look over at first is Gillett, and that's going to go foul. We'll hit off the net and roll back onto the field here. So turning into quite a battle here between Derek Wright and Cole Stratton. Stratton will take a look down into the third base coach's box and now steps back in. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. The kick and the delivery home is swung on. That ball's hit pretty well out to right center field. Seago coming over, he'll make the play, and the second out of the inning's recorded. Seago just kind of came running over, put the glove up, and was able to make the play as McLean also came coming over from center field, but just couldn't quite get there. And now the designated hitter is going to step up. I think that's actually Trayson Christensen in the box. Nope, it's Caden Prisby, number 15. It was announced as Trayson Christensen. And the pitch on its way to Prisby is away for a ball, and it's 1 ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes the count. Two balls and no strikes the count on the left-handed hitter hitting Prisby. Pitch comes in, swung on, fouled straight back, and the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike. Big hole on that right side of the infield. Kirkham moves now back over to kind of fill up that hole. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, fouled, and that went about into the 3rd row there just over the Manti dugout, and when it did, it hit about 3 seats or so away from a big group of the fans there, about 3 rows back behind the dugout. Those fans, you kind of heard that oohing sound coming as that pitch is going to be swung on and fouled away once again. So Enterprise really doing a good job working counts, fighting off pitches, and making Derek Wright go pretty deep into that pitch count. Wright, the right-hander, steps back out onto that mound for how heavy it rained. I will credit the grounds crew here. They got the pitcher's mound covered very quickly and the batter's area. That pitch swung on by Prisby, line foul down the line. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, but it will go foul, so it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just about the time Manti had covered the left field bullpen, all of a sudden the rain just kind of stopped all of a sudden here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and they pulled the cover off the field. They didn't tarp the entire thing. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So the 3rd strikeout for Derek Wright of the afternoon ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Manti and Enterprise locked at 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah High School State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Clean off for Manti, the catcher, number 17, Kyle Robinson.
Bottom of the 2nd inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Kyle Robinson steps in and takes the first pitch, a breaking ball that misses away for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes the count. Robinson, Pritchard, and Seago coming up 4, 5, and 6. And that one misses high for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count. Robinson will take a look down at the third base coach's box, now get set. The right-hander, Shumway, back to work on the mound for Enterprise, and the 2-0 pitch misses away ball 3. And the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes here on Robinson. Clouds begin to get a little more lighter, starting to see some more blue sky out there. It's a pretty actually good day until about 2:30. The 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count moves to 3-1. The good news about the storm that did come through is a good portion of the storm actually went around and kind of went over Utah Lake instead of hitting us here at Brent Brown Ballpark. 3-1 pitch, Robinson swings and misses, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a big pitch coming here for Shumway to try to get that first man of the inning retired. He's a ball away though from putting him on. The 3-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on, hit to right field. Long run for Stratton. He's going to give it a look. He reaches up and he makes the play. He had to run out towards the bullpen. The ball slicing away, but he reached up and he made the play with his glove for the first out here of the inning. And Kelton Pritchard will now come to the plate. Pritchard, the designated hitter for Manti, stands in from the right side of the plate here with 1 away. The kick and the delivery home. The first pitch misses high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield playing pretty straight away for Enterprise. Infield, normal depth. Up the middle, kind of playing similar to what they might in double play depth. Clegg at third, playing even with the bag. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That's going to be rolled over. Clegg's going to field it, but after it goes foul, so we'll pull it out here, and we'll have another 1 ball, 1 strike count here coming to Kelton Pritchard. One ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Bottom of the second inning, no score between Enterprise and Manti. The kick and the delivery on its way from Shumway. That one swung on, hit hard to short. Simpkins is there, fields it cleanly, throws across the diamond in time for the second out of the second inning. So with 2 outs, it's going to bring up Brad Seago, the right fielder, wearing number 22. A lot of the 3A, of course, the 3A state tournament starting next week down at Dixie State University down in St. George. And the first pitch on its way, a breaking ball, and that one's going to hit the outside corner. No balls and a strike to Seago. The 4A and 5A playoffs beginning on Tuesday. That state tournament will be right back here at Brent Brown Ballpark, May 18th through the 22nd. The 0-1 pitch, there is a pitch right on the outside corner. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to count here on Brad Seago. Both pitchers seem to be pretty locked in here for Enterprise and for Manti. The 0-2 pitch, the kick and the delivery comes, breaking ball swung on. That one's rolled foul. Be barehanded there by the third base coach for Manti. Baseball will be returned back to the pitcher and we'll be set, ready to go. Game time temperature was 63 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Wind, of course, just out of the north at 1 mile an hour. The 0-2 pitch, that one swung on, hit to third. Nice stop by Clegg from his knees. The throw hops over to first in time to get Seago, and the inning is over. So Manti goes down 1-2-3 at the end of 2 from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. It's Enterprise 0 and Manti 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah High School State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top of the third inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah, the site of the 2015 Class 2A State Baseball Tournament. And what a couple of days. The second day here of games being played here at Brent Brown Ballpark, the second of what will be 3, the state championship game slated for 11 a.m. tomorrow. And the first pitch on its way is going to be swung on, grounded to short. Fielded cleanly there by Nelson. His throw across the diamonds in time. And Bradley Clegg retired to open up the third inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out as Clint Simpkins is going to come to the plate. Simpkins is 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to center field back in the first. The right-hander Derek Wright back to work, and he kicks and delivers the first pitch home. Swung on, and that's a fly ball to center field. McLean coming over into left field. He's going to get under it, reaches up and makes the play. And there's 2 outs here in the third. So if you're Derek Wright, just what you wanted, 2 pitches and 2 outs, as Kason Bundy will come to the plate as you get the first guy, Bradley Clegg, to ground out to short, and then Simpkins swings at the first pitch, a fastball that was elevated and flies out. And Bundy takes the first pitch. That was in about belt high with the fastball, and it snowballs on a strike on Bundy. Bundy 1 for 1, had a base hit, and that one's away for a ball, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, the delivery comes home, and that one just off the plate for a ball, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. The wind and the delivery from Wright, that one gets past Robinson back to the backstop, and the count moves to 3-1. So Wright will kind of take a step off the mound, kind of kick some of that, maybe that mud off his cleats a little bit. The pitcher's mound and batter's area is pretty dry. Every place else on the infield's pretty wet. The 3-1 pitch on its way home, that one misses, and that's in there actually for a called strike, and it's 3-2. So the count runs full on Kason Bundy. The sun breaking through here at Brent Brown Ballpark, and the 3-2 pitch comes home. That one swung on, hit to right field, slicing away. It's going to fall in front of Seago in right field. And a 2-out single for Kason Bundy, his second hit of the ball game, and that brings up the pitcher, Brandell Shumway. Shumway 0 for 1, went down swinging back in the first inning. So Brandell Shumway steps up. 2 gone here in the top of the third inning. No score between Enterprise and Manti. And the first pitch to Shumway is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Winner of this one plays 11 a.m. tomorrow in the state championship game. The loser of this one plays at 9 a.m. tomorrow in an elimination game. 0-1 pitch, that one misses off the plate, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The loser of this one has to win 3 games tomorrow to win the state championship. Throw over and diving back safely is Bundy underneath the tag. You'd have to win the 9 a.m. game, that final elimination game, then have to win the 11 o'clock game, and then come back to win what would be somewhere, a 1:15, 1:30 first pitch. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Shumway. Derek Wright, the right-hander, set from the stretch. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Shumway down on strikes for the second time this afternoon, and the side is retired. So 1 hit for Enterprise, but he's left stranded. The 4th strikeout for Derek Wright. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark, or bottom of the 3rd inning. No score between Enterprise and Manti at the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom of the third inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Manti will send up 8, 9, and 1 here against Brandel Shumway, who so far through 2, Brandel's done a good job only allowing the 2 hits for Manti. So he'll get Casey Barnes, Jack Gillett, and Derek Wright. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Barnes will step up for the first time today. The right-hander Shumway gets ready to go back on the mound, and he kicks and comes home. And the first pitch misses away for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Barnes waving the bat over his shoulder, stands in with an even stance in the box. 1 ball, no strikes count. Breaking ball misses well away for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. The third game of 4 today from Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem. 2 elimination games. We'll have 1 more elimination game coming up at 7. Delta against North Sevier. And that one on the inside corner, 2 balls and a strike now as that fastball came in. The winner of that one will play the loser of this one tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9 a.m. So you have to turn around and get ready to play pretty quick. The 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses away ball 3, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike. And the dangers of getting in that bottom part of the bracket isn't so much that, you know, you have to face off elimination every game, but most importantly, I think it would cause a big pitching problem. Trying to figure out now, instead of having to win, you think if the winner of this one only has to win, 4 games throughout the tournament, you get in that bottom part of the bracket, that 1-loss bracket. The 3-0 pitch misses high, ball 4, and on is Casey Barnes with a leadoff walk. So Manti gets the leadoff runner on for Jack Gillett. But the tough part about coming out of that 1-loss bracket is having to play, you've had to play basically 2 games all week since you got here at Brent Brown Ballpark. And you think of it, you've played 2 on Saturday. Yeah, then you had, 4 or 5 days off. But if you take a look at, some of those teams at the bottom, North Sevier had to play 1:30 yesterday, beat Millard, then had to beat Beaver last night, then beat Gunnison today. So you have to wonder somewhere, if you're the Wolves, when you might run out of pitching. Bunt showed, snap throw down to first. A good stop by Stratton to keep it in front of him. That ball gets down the line. That would be a problem. And it's a 1 ball, no strike count here on Jack Gillett. Gillett hitting in the 9th spot. Back at the top of the lineup, pitcher Derek Wright standing on deck. As Shumway will kind of kick some of the mud off of his cleats here. One ball and no strikes to count. Gillett gets his lead just maybe 3 steps off the bag, and the 1-0 pitch is going to be high with the fastball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to count on Jack Gillett. Infield up the middle for Enterprise. Simpkins and Jones playing a double play depth. Clegg playing about 2 steps in on the grass. 2 balls and no strikes to count. The runner being held on by Stratton at first. And that pitch is low, ball 3, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes on Jack Gillett, as Gillett there was taking all the way. And we're going to have a visit out here to the mound here for Enterprise. As I'm kind of wondering if Shumway on the mound isn't having a difficult time just keeping his footing straight. He keeps looking down at his cleat, keeps trying to, kick some mud off of it. I just kind of wonder if, in a sense, that isn't something that is kind of bothering him a little bit here as we play in the bottom of the 3rd inning at Brent Brown Ballpark. No score between Enterprise and Manti. As Shumway still kind of messing with his cleat a little bit, has a 3 ball, no strike count on Jack Gillett. Gillett looking for the Shumway looking for the double play ball. Big hole on that right side for Gillett. Should be taking 3-0, and he is. Fastball, this one right down Main Street, and it's 3 balls and a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Nobody gone. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Shumway set, ready to go again, and delivers home. That pitch is swung on, hit well out to left field. Right at Kelton Hunt, who's there, and the first out of the third inning's recorded. So Gillett did a good job, got a good solid part of the bat on the baseball, but at the end of the day, just hit a fly ball out to left field, and now the pitcher, Derek Wright, comes up. Wright had a single back in the first inning, then got stranded 90 feet from home over at third base. Pickoff move, diving back safely, is Casey Barnes, the runner over at first base, wearing number 00, not a number you see a ton in baseball. Guess you see it a little bit, but not very much. The 1-0 pitch to Wright. He swings and fouls that one straight back to the screen. It's 0-1. Some other interesting things going on here. The 2A softball playoffs going on. The Enterprise softball team, a winner today over Beaver, 3-2. They were taking on Grand today in another one-loss bracket. And that one's right on the outside corner again. It's no balls and 2 strikes here with 1 out here in the third inning. Also, the Manti softball team losing earlier today to San Juan 4-3. They were supposed to take on, it looks like, Gunnison in the one-loss bracket. That one, of course, the 2A softball tournament. Another thing you can see here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. That one's grounded to third. Diving was Clegg to knock it down. The shortstop gonna get it. Simpkins throws to second for 1, and the second out of the inning's recorded. So Wright put one deep in the hole, but a great job there by Simpkins of being able to get to it, and they get the lead runner for the second out of the inning as Darren McLean will come in. So nothing really changes there in the situation with the ball hit deep in the hole outside of the runner. Just a different runner now over at first base. You put Derek Wright aboard. McLean 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to center in his first at-bat. And the first pitch is going to miss for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. In center field for Enterprise, Connor Phelps is playing probably the deepest center field I've seen throughout this tournament. And that's definitely sometimes a lot smarter to play maybe a little bit deeper and run up on the baseball than it is to have to run back. 1-0 pitch, that one's lined right back up the box into center field. Taking the turn at second is Wright. He's going to go to third. And for the second time this afternoon, Manti has runners on the corners with 2 outs. And James Nelson coming to the plate. Nelson 1 for 1, had a single back in the second before he got out on a fielder's choice that Wes Wright hit into. So Manti with the second time in this one where they've had a runner 90 feet from home. Last time left him stranded there. In fact, last time it was Derek Wright who's running on at third base. Manti trying to get that runner home, 90 feet away from scoring. The sun breaks through here at Brent Brown Ballpark as the right-hander Brandel Shumway delivers the first pitch. That one's lined, and that's going to be a base hit. And Manti is going to take a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by James Nelson. And it's 1-0 Manti here in the third. Just a hard hit ball hit into left field as that ball was able to just kind of one hop out into the glove of Kelton Hunt, and Derek Wright just kind of slowly trotted home from third. So 2 outs, Wes Wright comes to the plate. Wright grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. And the pitch is going to be a breaking ball, a curveball that ends up on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count. Stratton playing in front of Nelson at first, so James Nelson can get maybe a little bit bigger lead than usual. That one swung on and fouled back by Wright, and we'll have a no ball 2 strike count now on Wes Wright. We'll try to see here if we can get an idea of a time for that final game coming up as we go throughout this broadcast here. It'll probably be somewhere around a half hour after that one there. Is going down on strikes is Wes Wright, and the third inning's over. Manti has a 1-0 lead at the end of 3 from Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Now Manti 1, Enterprise nothing.
Top of the 4th inning, starting here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. And you know, once again, I said it a little bit yesterday with these storms, these rainstorms coming through. We're really lucky here in Orem. Some of the state soccer tournaments that are going on, they've already had lightning delays there. That's already been called for, I believe, the 2A semifinals up at Juan Diego. So they're in a lightning delay up there as the first pitch by Connor Phelps is bunted foul, and it's no balls and a strike. So something to keep an eye on. Make sure you stay safe if you're heading out to different events tonight, as that storm system that came through here is now working its way up through Salt Lake City. No balls and a strike, and the kick and the delivery comes home. That one's going to be swung on, taken back up the middle. Coming over is Kirkham, the second baseman. Quick throw, and he got him. A great play by Kirkham going to his left, and Kirkham makes the throw back across his body and got him just in the nick of time for the first out of the 4th inning. A very bang-bang play at first, and now Kelton Hunt comes up.
Number 5, Kelton Hunt.
Hunt was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, stole second base, and then got stranded. And the first pitch to Hunt swung on and missed. It's 0-1 as Derek Wright, they're able to drop the curveball in. No balls and 1 strike to count. Hunt kicks and delivers home, Wright kicks and delivers home a fastball that misses away for a ball, and it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelton Hunt was hit by a pitch. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, breaking ball, as that one swung on, hit to center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Right in between Kirkham and Darren McLean, who came sprinting in from center. And Kelton Hunt aboard for the 2nd time in the ball game, first via the hit. And Enterprise has the tying run on base for Quade Jones. Jones went down on strikes back in the 2nd. Derek Wright has 4 strikeouts so far through 3 1/3. Infield for Manti, double play depth, and the pitch swung on and fouled back by Jones, and it's 0-1. Derek Wright's done a great job of what most pitching coaches would say is a fundamental, and that's getting that first pitch strike, and then he's done a great job of getting ahead in the count. Runner goes. This time he has not done a great job of holding runners, as Kelton Hunt once again steals second base, and before the ball was even released, Hunt was a good portion of the way to second base. The 2nd stolen base of the afternoon for Kelton Hunt, the 2nd one that didn't involve a throw. The 1-1 pitch, that one bounced in the dirt. Good block by Robinson behind home plate, and the count moves to 2 balls and a strike on Quade Jones. Our final game of the day, Delta North Sevier, I guess tentatively scheduled for around 5:30 first pitch. That one comes in tight, and it's going to be a called strike, and the count evens up at 2-2 on Quade Jones. So somewhere around 5:30, just about a little over an hour away. 2-2 pitch on its way. That one's going to be just below the knees, ball 3, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Quade Jones. The right-hander takes a look at second, comes home, swung on and missed, strike 3. The 5th strikeout for Derek Wright. This time, Jones, for the 2nd time in the ballgame, and there's 2 outs in the 4th inning for Cole Stratton. Stratton 0 for 1, flew out to right field for the second out of the 2nd inning. Derek Wright has just really kind of settled in a groove so far. Not saying he's pitched perfect, has allowed a hit, has, walked a guy today, and the first pitch is low. Kelton Hunt's going to take off as Robinson blocks it in the dirt, kind of slips as he gets up, and Kelton Hunt's going to move down to third on the wild pitch. So Enterprise with the tying run 90 feet from home. Cole Stratton going to try to look here to see if he can bring it in. And the 1-0 pitch comes home, swung on, grounded to third. Barnes fields it, his throw over to first is in time, and Enterprise will strand the tying run 90 feet from home. But the Wolves do get one hit in the inning. That man is stranded as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning at Brent Brown Ballpark. It's Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah High School State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom of the 4th inning here from Utah Valley University and Brent Brown Ballpark, the site of the 2015 Class 2A State Baseball Tournament, as 5, 6, and 7 come up for Manti, who lead this one 1-0. Be Kyle Robinson, Kelton Pritchard, and Brad Sego coming up. Kyle Robinson will lead it off, 0 for 1, pop out to first as he swings and comes up empty. It's no balls and a strike on Robinson. Robinson hit a pop-up down the line that just kept drifting, and Cole Stratton was able to run it down and made the over-the-shoulder catch. 0-1 pitch coming home. That one's a breaking ball that misses away, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Manti scoring their 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-1 pitch, the kick and the delivery on its way. That one off the glove of Bundy and all the way to the backstop would be 2 balls and a strike on the hitter, Kyle Robinson. Infield will play kind of at normal depth all the way around. The third baseman, Clegg, playing about even with the back. And the 2-1 pitch, there's a fastball that just hits at the outside corner, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robinson hitting in that 5 spot here for Manti, looking for their 21st victory of the season. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. The second strikeout for Shumway on the afternoon. Back-to-back strikeouts now. And the first out of the 4th inning as Kelton Pritchard comes up. Shumway got Wes Wright looking to end that 3rd inning, and then they're dropped in the curveball and got Robinson to swing through it. And his first pitch home to Pritchard is going to be swung on and fouled back. There'll be no balls and a strike.
And please return all foul balls to the nearest dugout.
Pritchard standing in with that slightly open stance, that footing favoring the left side of the field. And the 0-1 pitch, a big swing by Pritchard. They're going to say foul tipped it, got a little bit of it, but it goes into the glove for strike 2. And it's no balls and 2 strikes here on Kelton Pritchard. The 0-2 pitch on its way home, swung on, and that'll be bounced over to third, fielded there by the Manti head coach, standing in the third base coach's box. No balls and 2 strikes the count on the designated hitter, Pritchard. Slide step on the mound, the breaking ball comes. That one's drilled right to third, but Clegg at the right spot at the right time gloves it for the second out of the inning. That was a line shot right at third, and Clegg makes the play.
Right fielder number 22,
So with 2 outs,
Seago.
Brad Seago comes to the plate. Seago grounded out to third base, back to end the second inning for Manti. Seago getting the start in right field as the right-hander Shumway comes home, breaking ball, popped it up. Shumway looks like he's going to take it. He's under it, he'll make the play, and the 4th inning comes to an end. So Manti goes 1-2-3 in the 4th. We head to the 5th after the break. It's Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Off Enterprise that pops out the 5th inning. The designated hitter, number 15, Caden Prisbury.
Top of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. 9-1-2 coming up for Enterprise. Caden Prisby will stand in to lead it off. Prisby, a strikeout victim, back in the 2nd inning. First pitch coming home. Prisby swings through it, and it's no balls and a strike. And Derek Wright, through 4 innings, has allowed no runs on 4 hits, with 5 strikeouts up into this point. No balls and a strike. Wright kicks and comes home. That one misses low for a ball, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Prisby swings through it, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Derek Wright a strike away from strikeout number 6 on the afternoon. As the 1-2 pitch goes off the glove for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Manti threw against Delta yesterday. That one right back to the pitcher. Wright's gonna take a few steps and just kind of softly toss it to first for the first out of the 5th inning. Kyle Robinson threw yesterday against Delta, went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks on 10 strikeouts. And that game, Manti scored 2 in the 6th to take a 2-0 lead, scored 1 in the 7th, had a 3-0 lead, but then had to hold on a late Delta rally. The pitch is swung on, and that one's popped up. Down the line, long run for Barnes, long run for Wright, and it's going to go foul. No balls and a strike. Delta went with Tyler Young, who in that ball game went 7 innings, allowed 11 hits, 3 runs, struck out 7. Those are 2 teams that we will see. Well, we're seeing one right now. We'll see Delta, of course, in the final game of the day. There's a pitch on the outside corner, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bradley Clegg. Sorry, count, it's 0-2, according to our home plate umpire. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on, popped up. Giving it a look, it's going to be Robinson. Throws off the mask, he makes the play for the second out of the inning. Delta and North Sevier, the final game. That is an elimination game. Winner of that gets the loser of this one tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So potential for a Delta against Manti rematch tomorrow morning. And here comes Clint Simpkins, the shortstop. Simpkins hitting from the left side. The first pitch on its way, misses away with the fastball, and it's 1-0. Simpkins is 0 for 2, flew out to center fielder Darren McLean twice on the day. The 1-1 pitch is in there at the knees, and the count moves now to 1-1 strike on the left-handed hitting shortstop for Enterprise. The 1-1 pitch, that one's low and inside off the glove of Robinson. It will roll to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Of course, at the high school level, it's not uncommon to have, a pitching staff consist of everyone on your roster. The 2-2 pitch swung out and missed, and the count evens at 2 strikes. That might be a little bit of an stretch of the actual truth, but it is possible here as that one swung on and fouled back. Starting to see a couple umbrellas start to come out again here at the ballpark, especially in those non-covered area. There's about 4 or 5 rows around the whole ballpark that's covered by the awning here, but those other ones aren't, as the 2-2 pitch misses, ball 3, and it's 3 strikes here on Clint Simpkins. Another dark rain cloud moving over the stadium here. The kick and the delivery home. This one comes inside and actually hits Simpkins. So Clint Simpkins will come on to first base here with 2 outs, and Kason Bundy, who's 2 for 2, is going to come to the plate for Enterprise. Bundy had had his catcher's gear, the shin guards, on in the on-deck circle, so just in case Simpkins did not reach, he was halfway ready to go, had to kick those off as Bundy will come up. Bundy, a couple of singles, gets the first pitch here, and there's a strike in there at about belt high, and it's no balls and a strike. It was one of those just breaking balls. It just kind of ended up coming right down the middle of the plate. Runner gets his lead over at first, and the pitch comes in, and good block by Robinson behind home plate, and the count evens at 1 strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, 1-0 Manti in this winner's bracket game, the final one before the state championship. The 1-1 pitch, that one swung on and hit well out to left field. Wes Wright trying to chase it down. He reaches up and makes the catch on the warning track before banging into the wall. And that catch there by Wes Wright will save the lead for Manti at the end of the top of the 5th inning. A hard hit ball that if that somehow gets past Wes Wright, we're tied at 1, but Wright able to track it down, and we head to the bottom of the 5th at Brent Brown Ballpark. Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark, getting ready to begin. I don't think you can hit a ball harder in the top of the 5th than Kason Bundy did. Hit it, got all of it, but Wes Wright made a fine defensive play. We'll see if that defensive play can fire up the Manti offense. Casey Barnes stands in. The first pitch goes beneath the legs of Bundy to the backstop. Would be 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 lead for Manti. Scheduled to play 7 in high school baseball. More umbrellas begin to come out. The 1-0 pitch swung on. That one's lined right up the middle, right to second baseman Quade Jones, who gets there and puts the glove up for the first out of the inning. That was a line drive shot by Casey Barnes, but Barnes was up, just hit it right at somebody. If that's more up the middle in the hole, then that's a base hit up the middle. Here's Jack Gillett. Gillett 0 for 1, flew out to left. And the first pitch is swung on and popped up. Giving it a long run, Simpkins from short, he's gonna call it. In foul territory, he'll run it down for the second out of the inning. So not bad if you're Brandel Shumway, 2 pitches, 2 outs here. And now with 2 outs, go back to the top of the lineup and Derek Wright. Wright has been on base twice tonight, or this afternoon, 1 for 2. Had a single back in the first inning and then reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Wright, the opposing pitcher, has kept Enterprise off the scoreboard. The right-hander Shumway set on the mound from the windup. Slide steps on the mound, comes home. That's a ground ball up the middle. No one's going to get there. And that's a base hit for Derek Wright. So Wright does his job there, gets just a hard hit base hit back up through the middle. And now a man on here with 2 outs in the inning for Darren McLean. McLean will stand in the box, number 7 here with 2 outs. In the bottom of the 5th inning, we were fortunate. The rain, looks like the field is starting to dry out just a little bit here. Still, you can see kind of those more damp spots out around second base, right behind first, as the first pitch is going to be, it looks like, a called strike. I saw the umpire put his hand out, and it was a called strike to McLean. They're on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Shumway here from the stretch. Comes home, that one swung on and missed. The snap throw to first, they caught the runner, sprinting for second, the head first dive, and they get Derek Wright diving head first for the bag. We head to the bottom of the 5th, or the top of the 6th inning, here at Brent Brown Ballpark. It's 1-0 Manti as you're watching the 2015 Class 2A State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Top of the 6th inning here, starting at Brent Brown Ballpark in Orem, Utah. 1-0 Manti on top of Enterprise. The Wolves can change that with 1 swing of the bat as the pitchers will face off here as Brandel Shumway stands in and takes a first pitch called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. No balls and a strike on Shumway, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Time called, and Shumway will take a stand out of the box. We saw a late call in the previous game, in the North Sevier Gunnison game, where the hitter for Gunnison called timeout but was not granted the time. The 0-1 pitch misses low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the pitcher for North Sevier just delivered the pitch through, and then pitch got called a strike. The 1-1 pitch is going to be tapped foul there. It's just kind of throwing the bat head out there and making connection, and will foul it down the line up into about the 5th row. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Thank you for joining us today and throughout the 2015 state tournament here for the 2A classification. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on, popped up. Coming in from center field, McLean, and it's going to be actually the right fielders to go, calling him off, and he'll make the play for the first out of the 6th inning. So with 1 out, Connor Phelps, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Phelps on the day has a single back in the 1st inning and then grounded out to second back in the 4th. Phelps stands in, hitting from that right side. The 1-0 pitch on its way. That one comes inside and it hits Phelps. Umpire will take a look at him here. Coming over, Derek Wright. Looks like he's going to come and go pick up the baseball here. It was sitting in the the baseball ended up being down the line, down the first baseline. So hit by a pitch was Phelps, and Enterprise has the tying run on base. Enterprise has had a runner on as far as third base. Kelton Hunt, the man at the plate, has gotten on twice today for Enterprise. Both times he's found a way to steal second base, but then Kelton Hunt's been stranded at second and then also stranded at third. He's been the only Wolf today that's been able to find his way, to past first base. Everybody else has been stranded at first for Enterprise. Runner gets his lead over at first is Phelps. Hunt shows the bunt, pops it up, and it's going to go foul. It almost landed right in the dugout for Enterprise. Be no balls and a strike. Derek Wright, the right-hander, is going to take a quick step off the mound, and now we'll begin to walk around momentarily, get some advice from James Nelson, the Manti shortstop. Right here working from the stretch, takes a look over at first. Connor Phelps, the base runner, gets his lead. The pitch comes home. There's a pitch that breaks high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Kelton Hunt. Hunt, the starter in left field for Enterprise. 2 stolen bases on the day, a hit by pitch, and that one's popped up. Giving it a look behind home plate, running for it, and it's going to hit right off the netting above us and roll right behind, back onto the field for Kyle Robinson behind home plate. Derek Wright will make his way back out onto the mound. One more final game coming up, scheduled to begin around 5:30, Delta against North Sevier. Both those teams have arrived here this afternoon. Of course, North Sevier played in the game previous against Gunnison, so they've already, been here, but that will be the final elimination game of the day. Phelps gets his lead at first. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. The 6th strikeout for Derek Wright of the ball game, and there's 2 away here in the 6th inning. So with 2 outs, Quade Jones will come to the plate. Jones is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. And the first pitch on its way, swung out and missed. It's no balls and a strike. Jones will step in here from the left side, made a fine defensive play in the bottom of the inning. The 0-1 pitch is swung on. That one's lined up the middle. It's going to get up over the head of the second baseman, Kirkham. And there's a 2-out single. And a couple of men on here for Enterprise for Cole Stratton. And it's a situation for Enterprise where you have to ask yourself, how many more opportunities are we going to get? You need to take advantage of all these kind of opportunities that you can if you're Enterprise. 2 away, runners will be on first and second with 2 outs. 1-0 Manti, top of the 6th. Runners not being held on, and the first pitch to Stratton is on the outside corner for a called strike. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Enterprise lost the game back on March 4th to the Dixie JV team, as that pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dixie, of course, a 3A school down there in the St. George area. Their other loss on the season came to Desert Hills. The Thunder, a very good program in the 3A classification, a team that lost to Grantsville in last year's 3A tournament. That one swung on and fouled to the backstop by Stratton, and it's 1-2. other than that, they've played very good baseball throughout the season. They did lose to Delta 8-7 back on March 27th. Other than that, it's been wins. Their last loss was March 27th. The 1-2 pitch comes in. That one swung on and fouled back, and we'll do another 1-2 pitch. So a very successful season if you're Enterprise. A lot of these wins have been pretty lopsided. They put 28 runs up on Milford. They took on Rockwell and put up 34 and 30 in a doubleheader. 1-2 pitch, that one called, strike 3 on the outside corner, strikeout number 7 for Derek Wright on the afternoon, and the top of the 6th is over. So Enterprise will strand 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A State Utah Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com.
Clean up for Manti, the center fielder, number 7, Darren McLean.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Brent Brown Ballpark. Manti coming up, and they would sure like a run or two of run support here. 2, 3, and 4. Darren McLean, James Nelson, Wes Wright coming up. And the first pitch is going to be swung on and grounded to third by McLean. Fielded cleanly, the throw across the diamond by Clegg is in time for the first out of the 6th inning. Just an easy ground out there. Now you bring up James Nelson. Nelson has 2 hits on the day, had a single back in the first, and then an RBI single in the third on a hard hit ball that got into left field. So Nelson, the man that has a couple of hits. And now we'll stand in here from the right side of the plate, looking for that big hit here to get something going for Manti. That one's going to be chopped up the middle, going to be a deep play. No one's going to get there. And a base hit for James Nelson, his 3rd of the afternoon. And Manti's got a 1-out single here and a chance here to see if they can't get something going, as it will be Wes Wright coming to the plate. Wright has grounded into a fielder's choice and then was caught stealing on a throw in which back in the first one Wright went. There was a runner at third, Derek Wright at the time, and Quade Jones acted like he cut it off and then let the ball go through, and Simpkins applied the tag on the base runner Wright trying to steal the bag. Wes Wright trying to steal the bag. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Wes Wright, who also has a strikeout back in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch comes home, breaking ball, swung on, hit pretty well out to right field. Jones going back, he's under it, he'll make the play in right field for the 2nd out of the inning. The throw is going to be mishandled, and it will roll all the way in between the pitcher's mound and third base before Bradley Clegg will pick it up. And there's 2 outs here in the 6th inning on the fly out. And now Kyle Robinson's going to come to the plate. Robinson popped out to first and struck out back in his last at bat back in the 4th. The right-hander Brandel Shumways pitched well. And the pitch misses off the plate for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Has allowed the 1 run on 6 hits throughout the ball game, but other than that, has really kept his team in this ball game for the most part. It's one thing as a pitcher to go out there and take a 1-0 loss where you did everything you could, but just never got a run to kind of help you. It's another thing to go in there and give up 7 or 8 runs, just get knocked around the entire time, and then struggle. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Shumway from the stretch, checks the runner at first, comes home, breaking ball. Robinson held up, going and getting a little bit off the first base bag there was Nelson, and then Nelson quickly put the brakes on, and James Nelson will head back to first base. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Infield up the middle for Enterprise at double play depth. They don't need the double play, they just need the 1 here. Fastball misses low and away, ball 3, and the count runs to 3 balls and no strikes on Kyle Robinson. On deck, it's going to be Kelton Pritchard. In the 7th for Enterprise, they'll need 1 run to tie. They're going to have 9, 1, and 2 coming up. 3-0 pitch, the delivery comes home. There's a fastball in the inside corner, and it's 3 balls and a strike on Robinson. Playing in at third, Clegg playing maybe a step behind that third base grass. 3-1 pitch comes home. Robinson swings and hits that one down the line. Stratton gives it a look, but it's going to go foul, and the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down in the inning, James Nelson will probably be taking off with the pitch. Would think that'd be a pretty safe bet here to have, that he'll be taking off. He's going to take a step back, now gets his lead. He's going, 3-2 pitch popped up. Stratton this time gives it a look over towards the dugout and reaches up and makes the catch, and the inning is over. 6 complete innings here at Brent Brown Ballpark. We have a 1-run ball game. It's Manti 1, Enterprise 0. You're watching the 2015 Class 2A Utah State Baseball Tournament on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Enterprise needs 1 after the break here at the state tournament.
Your attention, please. With the coaches from Delta and North Severe, come to the press box, please. Head coaches from Delta and North Severe, come to the press box, please.
Top of the 7th inning starting. Enterprise needs 1 here to keep this ball game going here. This has been a very quick ball game, and it's going to be, we're going to have a pinch hitter. It will be Trayson Christensen is going to come in and pinch hit. So Christensen comes in here to pinch hit. And the first pitch home is taken high for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Christensen hitting from the right side of the plate. Stands back in, and the 1-0 pitch home from right, swung out and missed. After Christensen, Bradley Clegg and Clint Simpkins. 9, 1, and 2 in this lineup. Clegg and Simpkins have both found their way on here in this one, but haven't been able to find a way to score. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, right on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Christensen. Enterprise looking to get something to go here to get 1 run at least. Preferably, they'd like to take the lead. The 1-2 pitch swung on, that one's popped up. Down the line, long run, giving it a look is Gillett. He's going to get there, make that catch right in front of the catcher's area in the bullpen. And there's 1 away here in the 7th inning. Manti 2 outs away from the state championship game. And now back to the top of the lineup, and Bradley Clegg. Clegg reached on what I'm pretty sure was catcher's interference in the first. Grounded out and then popped out to Kyle Robinson back in the 5th. the leadoff man for Enterprise, and the first pitch off the plate for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Loser of this one gets a 9 a.m. game tomorrow morning. The 1-0 pitch on its way, and there's a called strike, and it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The winner heads to the 11 o'clock state championship game. The 1-1 pitch on its way home, and that one's on the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes as Clegg takes a look down into that third base coach's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The kick and the delivery comes, and Clegg reaches out and fouls that one back to the screen. We'll have another 1-2 count, another 1-2 pitch coming. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The kick and the delivery coming home. It swung on, just popped right up. The pitcher, Wright, gonna take it, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. 2 outs now, and Clint Simpkins is coming to the plate for Enterprise. Now, this isn't an elimination game, so Enterprise, regardless of the result, will play tomorrow. It's just whether or not they will play at 11 or whether they'll play at 9. So 2 outs for Simpkins, who's 0 for 2 and also has been hit by a pitch. Hitting from that left side of the plate, gets ready to go on the in the batter's box, and Wright delivers the first pitch. It swung on and hit to left. Wes Wright getting over there, reaches up, leaps and makes the catch, and the ball game is over, and Manti celebrates as they're heading to the 2015 state championship game.
For Enterprise in the top half of 7th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. The final score, Manti
A great moment for Manti to celebrate advancing to the state championship game, but Manti does have some work still to do. Their season is not done. They still have to win 1 more to win the state championship. So Manti defeats Enterprise 1-0. Manti moves into the state championship game at around 11 a.m. tomorrow.